Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and in today's video, we are going to be going over the top 10, plus one honorable mention, so technically 11, cars, sports cars, sports cars, that you could find for less than $8,000. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Mark Roden, but today, this is a part of a series that we do towards the end of every year, where I go over 10 different cars for every single price range at the end of the year, so you guys can get an update on, where we're standing with absolutely no duplicates in any of the videos. So we start at 25K, then 20, then 15, 10, 9, 8,000 is today's video, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and even $1,000. And I give you 10 cars that are completely different from all the other cars. That way you have a ton of options at the end of the year if you want to do that. But anyway, yeah, song of the day is a Post Malone, Patient. Listen to it at night. Don't listen to it in the daytime. It doesn't hit the same in the daytime. If you're going to listen to it at night. But without further ado, let's go right into the list with number 10. Coming in at the number 10 spot is going to the Chevy Corvette C3. What? C3PO, you mean? No, it's not him. It's not a droid. It's a car. God, like, I can't, why do I have to keep explaining this to you, man? It's cars. We're talking about cars on this channel, not Star Wars. Anyway, it's a cool car. My dad loves them because obviously he loves them. He's an old man. It comes with a 5.4 liter V8, making 304 horsepower, and it's rear wheel drive. The C3 Vet has always been kind of one of my favorites, if I'm being low key honest with you boys. It's just, there's something about the Stingray. I know it's not the best performance. It's actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys here. It's one of the worst in terms of the performance for the Corvette line. It's not fast. They came out during a very, very rough time for America's car history. However, it is just gorgeous. It is just gorgeous. And on top of that, it's very light for a Corvette. It's a lightweight little vet. And it still handles just like a Corvette would. So that's good. Coming in at the number 9 spot is a car that some people are going to be like, they did a sports car. They did a sports car, Mark. I need to drink my baba. No, listen, it's a sports car, buddy. It's a Scion TC second generation. It's the newest one. However, the first gen is also a very good choice. I don't think I have it in any of my upcoming videos, but just letting you know, if you have like 3K, Scion TC first gen is a good choice. The second gen, however, comes with a 2.5 liter inline 4, making 179 horsepower in its front wheel drive. By no means is that super fast. 180 horsepower is not that quick. The car itself is pretty lightweight though, keep that in mind. And on top of that, it's a Toyota. Well, it's a Scion, but you know what it comes with a Toyota engine. It's going to be reliable as hell. It's going to get the job done. If you want a car that's kind of like, okay, I want a Civic, that's, I could tune it, make it fast. It's lightweight. It's good around the twisties. But I don't want to spend way too much money for a Civic Si, this is a good option for you. It's a little bit cooler than a Camry, but it's a little bit less cool than like a Civic Si type of thing. Coming in at the number 8 spot is such an overpriced car, and it makes me sad because I really want one. The BMW 325i E30. I love E30s. I don't think there's a soul in the world that doesn't like E30s. How could you look at an E30 and be like, no, that's an ugly car, I don't like it? Like, it's impossible. That would be illegal. If I was the president of the United States, you would be outlawed if you didn't like the E30. It comes with a 2.5 liter inline 6, making 160 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. Obviously, these E30s are light as hell. They weigh like 2 pounds. You literally can pick them up with your pinky. Drifting them is very popular. Track days with these cars are very popular. They're just an all-around incredible little race car. Again, another car that you could definitely argue isn't really a sports car, because it kind of isn't. It's really just like a commuter car, but you can make it so much more than just a commuter car, man. Like, we all know what you could do with an E30. They're just incredible. I love them. I want one. I might buy one. No. Oh. From one absolute legend to another, the Ford Mustang Getta wide body. When I say Getta, that's because I tried to pronounce GT, but it didn't really come out that well. It sounded like I was saying ghetto, but the female version of ghetto. But either way, the Fox body is obviously one of the most legendary drag cars in the history of the entire Earth and the planet as well. Both of them. It comes with a 5 liter V8, making 225 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. And you may be like, how is that a legendary race car? It only makes 225 horsepower. Like, my freaking Volkswagen GTI makes more than that. Well, because they don't usually keep it stock, buddy, first of all, and on top of that, they never keep that motor in it. They always put an LS in it, because LSs are just incredible, but the platform for the Mox body Mustang is incredible too. It's got like the best wheelbase, it's incredibly lightweight, everything in it is reliable, except the motor isn't the best, so they just put an LS in it, and now they have just an absolute Frankenstein monster of a drag car. We're going to go to the land of Japan for a quick minute. This is the first time we're going to the land of Japan in this video. It's the Toyota MR2 SW20, unless you want to count Scion. Is that like the land of Japan? It's technically the land of America because they made it in America. But yeah, the MR2 SW20 is incredibly overpriced. I don't actually recommend buying this if you are like going to, keep it and beat the crap out of it. But if you're gonna buy it, have fun with it, and then sell it a couple years later, yeah, it's a good idea because it will not lose value. It comes with a 2-liter inline 4, making 160 horsepower in its rear wheel drive. Someone's gonna say it, and so I'm gonna say it before they can. It's snap oversteer. Oh, that's right, it experiences it. Pretty much it's just because it's a mid-engine car and it's a rear-wheel drive, so it likes to get a little tail happy sometimes. Keep that in mind if you're a new driver. Definitely not a good option for you, but if you are experienced, this can be incredible. You just have to get over that hump of the snap oversteer. And yes, I mentioned it twice. Cry about it. Another car that's a horrible option for a first-time car buyer, number 5, is the Mazda RX7 FC. The FC actually, people don't know this, but the FC stands for Frog Crohn's disease. They have them. I didn't even know they had Crohn's disease. I was so surprised when I found that out. But yeah, he's got it. So FD, Frog dysentery. It's wild. I don't know, they have so many diseases over there. But it comes with a 1.3-liter 2-rotor rotary engine, making 160 horsepower in its rear-wheel drive. Pretty much same horsepower, same, honestly, handling, same weight. Everything about the MR2 and FC RX7 are kind of the same, so you got to pick your poison. The MR2 is quite reliable because it's a Toyota, obviously, so you're going to have some good reliability. However, it's a lot harder to drive, while the FC RX7 is a lot easier to drive, but the reliability is absolutely thrown out the window because it's a rotary engine. On top of that, even if you do manage to find a reliable FC RX7, when it does break, because it will, it's incredibly hard to work on. Not a lot of people know how to work on rotary engines anymore. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to just an incredible car all around, the Volkswagen GTI Mark 6. If I liked the looks of GTIs, if I liked the looks of hatchbacks, I should say, not just GTIs, because GTIs are a pretty good looking hatchback. The problem is I don't like hatchbacks, but I would have already had one of these things because they truly are just incredible cars, man. They come with a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, making 210 horsepower in its front wheel drive. Third place, however, is a car that I think looks a lot better. People are going to be like, oh my god, he literally just put it higher because he thinks it looks better. Yeah, man, it's my list, okay? I can have some biases in it. It's the Acura RSX Type S. This car looks incredible. I was looking for a Type S RSX before I got my Integra, actually. I don't know if I'm happy or unhappy that I made the decision I did. I can't really tell if I'd rather have my Integra or the RSX. But they're just incredible cars. They come with a 2-liter inline 4, making 201 horsepower in its front-wheel drive. Now, that is a K-Series, but I'm not even going to try to guess exactly which K-Series it is, because every time I do, people make fun of me in the comments, so I'm not going to do that. It's probably a K20, because it's a 2-liter. I think the 2.4 liters are the K24s. But don't quote me on that because, oh my god, I'm going to get roasted already. I can already tell. But yeah, the RSX, again, it's just like the GTI. It's practical, it's reliable. You can make good power out of it if you want to. You can make incredible power out of it if you want to. And it handles incredibly well. It's as a matter of fact, the RSX, in case you guys, this is a little fun factoid for you guys. The RSX is the fastest time attack car in the world. Well, not like stock. It's obviously heavily modified, but still, like, that's really cool. Coming in second place, getting the silver medal of this list, is the Audi S4. Oh, what? S4? Yeah, that's right. We usually talk about the A4 on this channel because I usually do budget, really budget, like $3,000, $5,000, and you can't really find an S4 under that price. But today, we get to talk about the S4. It's the S4 B7. I love the B7 Audis. I think they're unbelievably gorgeous. They're so simple, yet work so well. They're like just an elegant little mwah. You know, just a kiss of fresh air. It comes with a 4.2-liter V8, making 340 horsepower, and it is all-wheel drive. Now, you may be, like, going and running to your Audi dealership as fast as humanly possible to buy one of these things. First of all, I want to warn you, they most likely aren't going to have one of these because they're very old cars, but also, yes, it has a lot of horsepower, but it also has a German V8. These cars are notoriously pretty unreliable. Keep that in mind. Don't jump right into this car without knowing your stuff about the V8s from Audi, because they definitely have had a pretty bad history with making V8 cars, so keep that in mind. Honorable mention. I always include an honorable mention in these videos. That way I can include at least one truck or SUV, because I like trucks and SUVs, but I don't want it to take up a spot for the sports cars. Today it's the Chevy C10. This is the honorable mention for today's video. It comes with a 5.7-liter V8, making 172 horsepower, and it's 4x4. This is not for everybody. It's not super fast. It's not that practical anymore. They're not that reliable anymore, but they're an old, sick little truck. If you live in the countryside and you just like that style of, you know, rural driving with your old pickup truck, windows down, you know, dog in the passenger seat type of deal, it's a good car for you. If that's not you, it probably isn't though. And finally, coming in first place is the most biased pick on this list because, of course, it's the Nissan 350Z. It was obviously going to be in one of these videos because it's the 350. Everybody can admit that the 350Z is at least one of the best cars for under $10,000 nowadays. But I bet you didn't expect it to be in first place. Yeah, well, it is. I think it really is just that incredible. Even if I didn't own one, I would still probably be putting it in first place. It comes with a 3.5 liter V6, making 306 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. Now, before you're like, well, technically, Mark, the 306 horsepower is only in the HR models, and those are expensive. No, you can still find HRs under 8K. It's kind of the whole reason why I included the 306 part. If I was doing it under 5K, yeah, you can only find DEs, but you can find HRs under 8K. Once you do, they really are good cars. They're reliable, they're rear-wheel drive, they look good. For the most part, I feel like most people would agree with that at least. They aren't that practical because they are only a two-seater, not the most space in the world. They are low to the ground, blind spots out the wazoo, and they are rear-wheel drive. So for you winter driving folks, but for sports cars, they truly are one of the best options under 10K and especially under 8K. They have a limited slip differential, so you can have a ton of fun in the car. They handle really well. They're really quick. Like, don't let people fool you. They sound good in my opinion, but a lot of people say they sound like a trumpet. They have tons of aftermarket support, all for pretty damn cheap, and they're just going to rise in value too. So if you do buy one, you can make some money off of it. It's just a win-win-win-win-win all around. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Obviously, next week will be the under 7K video, but let me know what other videos you'd like to see in the meantime. Know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I love each and every one of you. Let me know what other deep dives you want to see too, because I'm trying to do more of those. I think the next one's going to be on a Mark IV GTI, but again, I'm trying to do more of them, so let me know. You know, I'm keeping my mind open here. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Das Badanga, and have a nice night.